There's no doubt about it. In the oil and gas industry, safety is number one. We're going to talk to the experts on this episode of The Crude Truth.
In 1901, at Spindletop Hill near Beaumont, the future of Texas changed dramatically as, like a fountain of fortune, thousands of barrels of oil burst from the earth towards the sky. Soon, Detroit would be cranking out Model Ts by the millions, and America was on the move, thanks to the black gold being produced in Texas. Now, more than a century later, the vehicles are different, but nothing else has truly changed. Sure, there may be many other alternative energy sources like wind and solar and electric. But let's be honest, America depends on oil and entrepreneurs, and if the USA is truly going to be independent, it has to know the crude truth.
NAPE is a proud sponsor of the Crude Truth. Be sure to register for the NAPE Expo 2024, February 7th through the 9th at the George R. Brown Convention Center in Houston, Texas. Hurry and register today. NAPE, where deals happen.
This episode is brought to you by LFS Chemistry, committed to being good stewards of the environment and providing the tools so you can be too. NAPE Expo, where deals happen. Air Compressor Solutions. When everything is on the line, Air Compressor Solutions is the dependable choice to keep commercial business powered up. Sandstone Group. Exec Crew. Elevate your network, elevate your knowledge. Oil and Gas Workers Association. Pecos Country Operating. Fueling our future.
Well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time of day it is that you're watching another episode of The Crude Truth. We're coming to you from this episode recording from the Permian Basin International Oil Show at the Air Compressor Solutions booth right here up front. Big shout out to them, sponsor of The Crude Truth, for allowing us to come out here this week and just do some great shows for us, the Energy Newsbeat and Energy Transition. In my teaser there, we talked about safety. And anybody in oil and gas from day one, safety is what is bred into us, God willing, in a good, healthy, productive way, so that nothing ever does happen. Well, today I have on the man, the myth, the legend that knows every in and out, knows all the proper ways to get away with safety, knows all the bad proper ways to get away with safety. My guest today is Kevin Hokett and the one and only Stelter.
Hokett.
Hokett. Thank you, Hokett. Hokett.
Yes, sir.
What is going on, sir? How are you? And you, how are you doing?
Always doing well.
I cannot thank you enough for setting this up.
Happy to do it.
And Kevin, you're the president, CEO of the man that signs every check for American Safety Services.
Yes, sir.
Right here in Odessa, correct?
Correct.
And y'all are spread out all throughout West Texas and really more all throughout Texas.
Southeastern New Mexico, West Texas, yes.
And you guys have been around now forever.
2000, 23 years.
And like I said, when we first met, you guys have just been blowing. And
Yes, sir.
I mean, tell us a little bit about you, because you are, you started this for an entrepreneur, and as I told you, here at the Truth, I always love to get the entrepreneur, the people that know what's going on and that start things from the ground up. Let's talk a little bit about you.
Well, I started out as worked for a trucking company for a little bit in high school, oil and gas, and worked as a pumper. Started contract pumping for many years and consulted, so I had a pretty vast knowledge of the production side of it, the operation side of it, and thought I need to take. Nobody was taking care of business, and nobody gave back to you, so I took that path and started that in 2000.
And how many people did you start out with?
Just me.
So what were you doing?
I was doing, got on a couple drilling rigs, taking actions on drilling rigs and a few light space and stuff like that, and just rolled out.
And now you've grown into the premier safety company out here in West Texas. I mean, people come to you guys for everything.
Yes, sir.
So what are all, since I said everything, can you highlight some of the things that
Anywhere from HTS packages on drilling rigs, do a lot of confined space, high-angle rescue, hand turnarounds, hydrovac services, environmental services, vacuum truck, field truck, and well services.
We have a great training facility as well, that we have weekly training that you can stop in. You need your H2S renewed, 8:30 in the morning. You'll be on the shop in Odessa.
Really, just what day was that again?
Wednesday, 8:30 a.m.
Just every Wednesday at 8:30, you got a class. So that means somebody brand new coming out here on their way, they're gonna be out in far west Texas at 8 p.m. on Wednesday. They can be here at 8:30 a.m. Get that H2S done, keep going.
Every week we rotate through all kinds of different courses, lockout, tag out, there's numerous, what is it, safe land, you name it.
Well, Keith, I know you've been there now for a while. What's one of the best things so far that you have found that makes this company, just different and a different?
It's definitely the people. It's very remarkable to see how well put together everyone is. They present themselves well. Everybody works out. Like Kevin's wearing a long sleeve shirt today, but he's got bigger guns than I do. And we're from the small side of some of these guys. There's a great guy there named Wally Suarez that there's an episode out right now on the PBIOS page. Shout out to them, doing the podcast party for them here at the show. And Wally's told some great stories, and he's a big guy, right? Like from stories where he didn't make it, he carrying a body over his shoulder down some stairs to where he actually went in a vessel, and a guy who didn't know he was in trouble, he got him out of there and probably saved his life. So there's remarkable individuals all over it. So if anything makes them stand out, it's definitely the people.
Well, I mean, what you guys are doing, y'all do stand out, obviously. I mean, I feel like I should have done a few push-ups before. But
Come on now.
No. But but no, let's not film that. With safety, we got a smaller company, and they're looking for something some of these smaller. Kevin, what's something that you can talk to them about on why going with you guys is what it is?
We probably have more extensive training for personnel than any other company out there right now. But we're going to be professional, do the job on time, get the right equipment, and our reaction times exceptional. Our goal is to be the elite safety company out here, and our personnel is got that same elite. It's a total team concept. We're all on board all the way to the end. That's what it takes.
And Keith, for people out there that don't know who you are, as we're going through this, how can people reach you to get to the sales team that you have there?
You can always reach out on LinkedIn. If you can't find me on LinkedIn, you're not trying hard enough. I try and spam that place as much as possible, so I can turn any kind of cold call into a warm call. But you can also reach out. Email address kstelter@americansafety.net, and but LinkedIn's probably the easiest way to find me. I'm either commenting on your post or somebody else's post as well. So it's a two-way street. I comment and try to share as much info on there as I can.
Now, I want to switch gears just a little bit. American Safety Services, premier place. But let's talk about you a little bit personal. I mean, you're a rodeo. You know what's going on. Are you still rodeoing today?
I'm not now, just don't have enough time. But I used to team rope a lot.
Yes. And I mean, let's talk about that circuit just for a minute. I want to get off safety for a minute. How was that?
It was fun. It's I've had a lot of hobbies over my days, but that's the one that I miss every day. You get the right horse, right partner, everything comes together right. It's pretty amazing.
Oh man, I'm definitely a big rodeo fan from Fort Worth. So we have the stock show there every year. I love going. I know how to put a saddle. I can ride a horse. And that's about as far as we go. So I definitely don't call myself a cowboy by any means. Keith, can you ride a horse?
I've been known to ride a horse. I grew up on a farm for many a year. I am not a team roper by any means, but I do remember my honeymoon in Mexico that my wife wanted to go horseback riding, and they're like, "Who's experienced enough to handle? We got this one horse, but it's a little. You need to know what you're doing." And I'm like, "What's his name? Geronimo." I'm like, "Oh dear Lord." But I made it back, so I did. That's my Geronimo.
I'm sure everybody has a drone.
Yes. Yeah.
Mine probably revolved around chemical wool, during college, I'm sure. But no, gentlemen, I cannot thank you guys enough for stopping by the air compressor solutions. American Safety Services is where you guys are at. And again, please reach out to them if you have any questions. If you don't have any safety question at all, it doesn't matter how big or small.
Or environmental as well. We have a pretty good environmental division, hydrovacs. If you got a spill here, we can write up the reports also for the Texas Railroad Commission. We can get that stamped. We've got that in-house. I think that's a pretty, it's a lot more than safety. This place is, I've been in the industry a little over 20 years, and coming over, I was like, man, it's just being a safety guy. There's a whole lot more than just being a safety guy.
Right.
Well, I mean, when it comes to environmental, we are regulated very, very heavily in a good way, I think, because I don't think anybody out here wants to just literally dump oil and gas in. So malicious. Nobody that's not like anybody out there.
Right.
So yes, environmental plays a big key also. Thank you, Keith, for that. So any questions that y'all have made environmentally, they're not big. Every question is big question. They're not small questions, and they could even save somebody's life. American Safety Services, please reach out, and thank you all very much. And we'll see you again on another episode of the Crude Truth.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Again, thank you to our sponsors, LFS Chemistry, NAPE Expo, Air Compressor Solutions, Exec Crew, Oil and Gas Workers Association, Pecos Country Operating.
The easiest way to start your own podcast and TV show? Real News Communications Network. Stand out from your competition. Produce streams of high-quality social media content. Become a thought leader in your industry. With RNCN, you get to be the host. We handle everything else. Tour one of our 3 locations in Dallas, Fort Worth, and the Colony. Call 972-402-6333 or visit launchashow.com to find out more.